What if the cure for our plastic crisis wasn't invented in a lab, but was already alive, hidden inside a leaf, deep in the Amazon rainforest? Welcome to Science Curiosity every year. Humans produce more than 400 million tons of plastic. And most of what we make doesn't disappear. It piles up in oceans, in soil, in the bellies of animals, and inside our own bloodstreams. One of the worst offenders is a plastic called polyester polyurethane. You probably don't think about it often, but you're surrounded by it. It's in your mattress, your car seat, the foam inside your couch, the coating on your raincoat, even the insulation in your walls. It's cheap, it's flexible, it's durable. And that last word, durable, is exactly the problem. Polyurethane is built from long carbon chains linked by something called ester bonds. Those bonds are stubborn. They resist water, resist heat, resist microbes. A polyurethane foam block buried in a landfill can sit there, unchanged, for hundreds of years. Recycling barely dents the problem. Incineration releases toxic fumes. And so, most of it just waits. But in the Yasuni National Forest in Ecuador, one of the most biodiverse places on Earth, a group of Yale undergraduate students went hunting for something the world had never looked for. They were students in a discovery-based research program, sampling woody plants in the Amazon, hoping to find microbes living quietly inside the leaves and stems. These hidden microbes are called endophytes. Every land plant on Earth hosts them, and most have never been studied. The students collected 10-centimeter stem samples, sterilized them, peeled back the outer layers, and from the inner tissues, they cultured 59 different fungi. Then they asked a very strange question. Can any of you eat plastic? To test it, they used a milky white polyurethane suspension. If a fungus could break it down, the liquid would turn clear like fog lifting off a window. 18 of the fungi produced a halo of clearance. But 2, in particular, did something no one expected. They belonged to a species called Pestalozchiopsis microspora. And they didn't just nibble at the plastic. They thrived on it. Given only polyurethane as a food source, no sugar, no starch, nothing else these fungi grew. Compare that to Aspergillus niger, a well-known plastic-degrading fungus. It took 3 times longer, 15 days just to reach the halfway point. But the real shock came next. The researchers sealed the fungi inside anaerobic chambers, no oxygen at all. This is what conditions look like deep inside a landfill, buried under compacted trash. Most microbes suffocate in that environment. Aspergillus niger nearly stopped working. Bacterial controls stalled. But Pestalozchiopsis microspora? It kept degrading polyurethane at the same rate as it did in open air. That has never been reported before. A fungus that treats plastic like a full meal, with or without oxygen. So how does it actually do this? The fungus secretes a tiny enzyme, serine hydrolases, about 21 kilodaltons, that acts like a pair of molecular scissors. It slides up to the ester bond, snips it, and turns the plastic's long, unbreakable chains into small fragments the fungus can actually digest. Now, before we get too excited, there are real limits here. These experiments were done in a lab, on a specific type of polyurethane, in liquid. Real-world plastic waste is messier coated in additives, mixed with other materials. And we still don't fully know what's left behind after the fungus is done. Are the byproducts safe? Could they leach into soil or water? And if this fungus were released outside controlled conditions, could it turn into a problem breaking down polyurethane we actually want to keep, like insulation inside buildings? Scientists are now chasing a few different paths. One is genetic engineering the enzyme to work faster and handle more plastic types. Another skips the fungus entirely, using the purified enzyme directly in industrial recycling plants. There's even a bigger dream, floating around a compost bin under your sink, but for plastic. That world doesn't exist yet, and this fungus alone won't build it. We still need to make less plastic, design smarter materials, and push for real policy change. This isn't the whole solution. It's a clue, a hint that nature's been quietly running experiments we haven't even discovered yet. A group of college students went in the rainforest and came back with an organism that eats one of humanity's toughest inventions, in total darkness, without breathing. Did you already know about this plastic-eating fungus before this video, or is this the first you're hearing of it? Tell me in the comments. If this blew your mind, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss what's next. See you next video.